The tragic flight of Metrojet 9268, dead over the Sinai. Welcome to Air Crash Detective. Tonight we delve into the tragic story of Metrojet Flight 9268. On October 31, 2015, Metrojet Flight 9268, an Airbus A321-231, departed from Sharm El Sheikh International Airport in Egypt, bound for Pulkovo Airport in Saint Petersburg, Russia. Tragically, this routine flight ended in catastrophe. At approximately 6:13 a.m. local time, the aircraft exploded over the Sinai Peninsula, killing all 224 people on board. The investigation revealed that the crash was caused by a terrorist attack, highlighting the ongoing threat of aviation terrorism and the vulnerabilities in airport security. Conditions on the day of the flight. On October 31, 2015, the weather conditions over the Sinai Peninsula were clear, with excellent visibility and no significant meteorological disturbances reported. The skies were mostly cloudless, providing unobstructed views of the terrain below. Winds were calm and the temperature was moderate, typical for early morning flights in the region. The clear skies and stable atmospheric conditions created an ideal environment for flying, ruling out weather as a factor in the disaster. These favorable weather conditions meant that external environmental factors did not contribute to the tragedy, allowing investigators to focus on other potential causes. The airline and its crew. Metrojet, also known as Kogalimavia, was a Russian airline operating charter flights. The airline had faced scrutiny in the past for safety and maintenance issues, but it had been striving to improve its safety record through rigorous training programs and adherence to international safety standards. The crew of Flight 9268 included experienced professionals. Captain Valery Yurievich Nemov, age 48, with over 12,000 flight hours, including significant experience on the Airbus A321. Captain Nemov was known for his meticulous approach to flight safety and his extensive experience in handling various aircraft. His leadership and calm demeanor were highly regarded by his colleagues. First Officer Sergei Stanislavovich Trukachov, aged 33, with over 5,600 flight hours. First Officer Trukachov was well regarded for his technical skills and adherence to safety protocols. Despite his younger age, he had a strong reputation for professionalism and competence in the cockpit. In total, there were 7 crew members on board, including 5 flight attendants trained to handle a variety of in-flight situations and emergencies. The professionalism and experience of the crew were evident in their adherence to protocols and their efforts to ensure passenger safety. The aircraft, Airbus A321-231. Metrojet Flight 9268 was operated by an Airbus A321-231, a reliable and widely used aircraft in commercial aviation. Let's delve into the specifics of this model. Airbus A321-231, part of the A320 family known for its efficiency and reliability. First flight, March 11, 1993, introducing enhanced features and extended range compared to the A320. Capacity, configured to carry up to 220 passengers in a single-class layout, optimizing for short to medium-haul flights. Maximum altitude, capable of reaching up to 39,000 feet, allowing for flexible flight operations above weather disturbances. Range, approximately 3,200 nautical miles, 5,950 kilometers, making it suitable for a variety of routes, Engines, equipped with two IAE V2533A5 turbofan engines, each providing about 33,000 pounds of thrust, known for their reliability and efficiency. Dimensions. The aircraft measured 146 feet, 44,451 meters, in length and had a wingspan of 111 feet, 10 inches, 34.1 meters, making it highly maneuverable. The Airbus A321 was celebrated for its advanced fly-by-wire control system, which replaced traditional mechanical controls with electronic signals. This innovation allowed for more precise handling and enhanced safety features, contributing to the A321's reputation for reliability. The aircraft was equipped with multiple layers of redundancy in its critical systems, ensuring operational reliability even in adverse conditions. Flight departure and initial ascent. Metrojet Flight 9268 took off from Sharm El Sheikh International Airport at 5:58 a.m. local time, heading for Pulkovo Airport in Saint Petersburg. The initial phase of the flight was routine, with the aircraft climbing steadily to its cruising altitude of 31,000 feet. The crew maintained regular communication with air traffic control, reporting no issues as the aircraft cruised over the Sinai Peninsula. Passengers settled into the long flight, some engaging in conversations, others reading or resting. The cabin crew performed their duties efficiently, ensuring that passengers were comfortable and attended to. The flight path was clear, and the weather conditions posed no threats, leading everyone on board to expect a routine journey to Saint Petersburg. Pre-disaster moments. In the minutes leading up to the disaster, everything appeared normal on Metrojet Flight 9268. The aircraft had reached its cruising altitude, and the crew was monitoring flight systems and communicating with air traffic control. At approximately 6:13 a.m., a sudden and catastrophic explosion occurred in the rear of the aircraft. This explosion was later determined to be caused by a bomb that had been smuggled onto the plane and placed in the rear cargo hold. The explosion caused the immediate disintegration of the tail section, resulting in rapid decompression and catastrophic structural failure. The cockpit voice recorder captured the sounds of the explosion, followed by the immediate loss of control of the aircraft. The pilots had no time to react or send a distress signal as the aircraft broke apart in mid-air. The sudden and violent nature of the explosion rendered any attempts at recovery impossible. The catastrophic event. At approximately 6:13 a.m., Metrojet Flight 9268 suffered a catastrophic event. The bomb, which had been smuggled on board, detonated in the rear cargo hold, causing a massive explosion. The explosion led to the disintegration of the aircraft's tail section, resulting in a rapid decompression of the cabin and immediate loss of control. The flight data recorder captured the rapid descent and the various inputs made by the pilots in their final moments. The data indicated that the aircraft remained fully functional until the explosion, with no mechanical failures contributing to the crash. The integrity of the A321's design was evident, as it responded precisely to the pilot's commands until the moment of the explosion. The explosion was so powerful that it caused the aircraft to break apart in mid-air, scattering debris over a wide area of the Sinai Peninsula. Aircraft response to the catastrophe. The Airbus A321, with its advanced design and multiple safety features, was not equipped to handle the deliberate act of terrorism. The fly-by-wire system, while designed to enhance safety and control, could not counteract the effects of the explosion. The aircraft's robust construction and redundancy systems were rendered ineffective by the sudden and violent nature of the attack. The flight data recorder captured the rapid descent and the various inputs made by the pilots in their final moments. The data indicated that the aircraft remained fully functional until the explosion, with no mechanical failures contributing to the crash. The integrity of the A321's design was evident, as it responded precisely to the pilot's commands until the moment of the explosion. The aircraft's systems worked exactly as designed, but they could not override the intentional actions of a terrorist intent on destruction. Crew and passenger final moments. The final moments on Metrojet Flight 9268 were marked by confusion, terror, and helplessness. The cockpit voice recorder captured the sounds of the explosion and the immediate loss of control of the aircraft. Passengers likely experienced a sudden awareness of the aircraft's descent, feeling the unusual angle and speed. The cabin crew, despite their training, would have been unable to manage the situation effectively, given the sudden and violent nature of the explosion. Passengers, initially calm, would have felt increasing alarm as the aircraft continued its steep descent. The final seconds before impact were filled with panic and chaos, as the reality of the impending crash became undeniable. Despite the crew's training and the aircraft's safety features, the deliberate act of terrorism rendered all efforts futile. The tragedy highlighted the vulnerabilities in aviation safety, particularly regarding security measures and the protocols for preventing such attacks. The inability of the crew to intervene underscored the devastating impact of a security breach at the airport of departure. Impact, aftermath, and reforms. The crash of Metrojet Flight 9268 resulted in the loss of all 224 individuals on board, including passengers and crew. The remote location of the crash site in the Sinai Peninsula complicated recovery operations, with teams working in challenging conditions to recover remains and investigate the wreckage. The loss profoundly impacted families and communities, prompting an outpouring of grief and calls for improved aviation safety. The investigation, led by Russian and Egyptian authorities, concluded that the crash was a deliberate act of terrorism. The Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, ISIL, claimed responsibility for the attack, stating that the bomb had been smuggled on board. The investigation highlighted critical gaps in airport security and the need for better coordination between intelligence agencies and aviation authorities. In the aftermath, significant reforms were implemented to enhance aviation security. Airports worldwide revised their security protocols to prevent similar attacks. This included more stringent screening of passengers and baggage, enhanced background checks for airport staff, and increased collaboration between intelligence agencies and aviation authorities. The legacy of Metrojet Flight 9268 underscores the importance of addressing security in the aviation industry and ensuring robust safety protocols to prevent similar tragedies. Thank you for watching Air Crash Detective. If you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more detailed accounts of aviation disasters and safety investigations.